Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, crew! Welcome to Petty Details. We are going to tell you some stuff that you didn't know you needed to know until now.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So, as always, I want to show off our merch first.
Oh.
So I see that Monica and Rose, who I will introduce in a minute, are wearing our beautiful caps. Petty
Yes.
Details caps. God, I feel
They're
like I'm
quite
on
comfortable.
QVC.
Yeah.
For 5 payments of $15.99. Yeah.
Exactly.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. If you buy now, it's only 4 payments.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And we'll give you, a free pen or something. Okay,
There you go.
so
Right.
I am wearing the Not Feeling Todd.
Not Bill and Todd. Ruh.
Yes,
I
this
love
is
it.
from our famous Milli Vanilli episode. And
Yep.
Cam is wearing Allegedly.
Woohoo!
Allegedly.
A classic.
I'm allegedly
Yes.
wearing allegedly.
He's allegedly
Right.
wearing Allegedly, yes.
Mhm,
This is
supposedly.
actually one of those filters. I just have no shirt on.
That would be amazing. We need our own filter.
That is a hell of a filter right there. It is like catching your movement perfectly. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there is
Imagine
no
it
lag,
glitches.
there's none.
Guys,
Dude,
this is
please.
how good Cam is
We edit
as a
around.
software developer that he can make his
There you
own.
go.
Hire
There
me.
you
Should hire him.
I'm currently working in a like an industrial company, and it's hot in Louisiana, so hire me for air conditioned work.
Yes.
You got me.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. In an office, he is there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I want to introduce our regular hosts. We got Cam and Monica.
What up?
And today we have a guest host. And I'm going to let Monica introduce her
Ooh.
because she's got all the names.
Okay, well, I don't want to leave any out. So this
Okay.
is this is Christine Rose Gold Rose Unicorn.
There you go.
Ta-da. And she will answer to any one of those, I'm sure,
Yep.
at some point. So
Pick of the
yes,
litter.
Christine, but we will often call her Rose.
Yes,
So
we will
yeah.
often call her Rose. So yes, welcome.
Thank
This is your first episode. This is going to be a good one to,
Yeah.
get your feet wet on. So
Yeah.
What are we talking about, Meg? What are we talking about
Well,
today?
let me tell you. Today, I want to talk about an amusement park.
Oh,
So do you guys like amusement parks?
So
Yes.
That's a no.
well,
food,
I don't
food,
like
yes.
roller coasters.
Food, yes. Roller coasters, no. I will not trust that. Not even
Yep.
like the little caterpillar one for the 3-year-olds. That's not happening.
The
Like, you might get me on the
teacups at Disneyland,
merry-go-round.
I'm there.
Oh no, the teacups
I
would
can't
make me
even do
hurl.
teacups.
Oh,
Literally.
see, the teacups and merry-go-round, I'm okay with those, but like actual roller coasters, no, thank you.
No, Rose, what
also-
do you think?
I like them. I had to do a mental run through really quick to make sure, like, I was like, am I okay with water? What do I need to rule out here?
Oh.
But no, sign me up.
All right.
Sign me
Alright.
up.
Now, a water amusement park, I will give more. Like, I'll do that.
Okay,
Okay.
see, and that's fair
Put
because
me
like,
on the mechanical one. I'm like, it goes too high.
and I'm
No.
sitting here thinking of like the two references that I have for Albuquerque, Cliffs, or if you're of a certain age, Uncle Cliffs.
Uncle Cliffs,
They still
absolutely.
have a wooden roller coaster,
Which is
and I'm sorry,
great.
Oh yeah.
when you are sitting in
Whoa.
traffic on San Mateo with your windows down, you can hear that
Yep.
thing creak, and I am not okay with that. Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
See, I like
don't
that
do
one.
well.
That's one of my favorites.
But then we also had the beach water park for like what, 2
Mhm.
minutes?
Oh.
No, it was around for a while, and
Yep.
that was a good time.
Yep. I am a
I
big
enjoyed that, the
fan
lazy
of a
river.
good lazy river. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what
So-
we went to. It was I think it was the Big Kahuna in Houston, like last month, for a friend's birthday, and we were on the laser for a long time. We went on this water slide though that went like full like parallel to the ground, not parallel, perpendicular to the ground. And we were like, oh, there was like a weight limit, and there was like four of us, and we're all like pretty tall people. So we're all sitting on the thing, and they're like, so what's the weight limit? And they tell us, and we're like, we start like doing the calculations, and then we just go. And we're like, oh gosh, and we're like flinging around the whole thing. We get up to the perpendicular part, and we're like riding along the side of it. It's open
Oh.
air, so we definitely could have flew off.
Oh my
They're like riding
gosh.
along the side of it. We calmed down. It was crazy.
Houston, do
yeah.
not
My
kill
heart dropped.
Cam.
Yeah.
We
Right.
need
My heart
Cam.
dropped. It was
Cam's the
fun
star
though.
of
I'm
this
not gonna
show.
lie.
We have to have Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good gravy. All right. Well, have you guys heard of a place called Action Park?
No.
No.
All right. Well, we are going to go on the way back machine to the mid 70s.
Oh yeah.
I dig it.
Delayed.
That's all right. All right. So let's start with our main player here, as we usually do. It's a guy named Eugene Mulvihill.
Okay. That's quite
He's
Molehill?
Mulvihill. Mulvihill.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm immediately snagged on the story. Sorry.
right. That's a
We're
heck
moving
of a
on. We're
name.
moving on. We don't care about his last name. All right. So he's a stockbroker who owns a brokerage firm, and he's got big personality. Okay. Think Wolf of Wall Street with less hookers and blow.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have Gene's best friend, this guy, Robert Brennan. And Brennan is a dude who started working at Gene's firm, and he worked his way like all the way to the top. But, because there's always a but in petty details.
But wait,
Is this
there's
a big
more.
butt, or is this like a cute little butt? You know?
No, it's kind of a big but. So, do you like
I'm
big
embarrassed,
butts?
sorry.
Yeah,
that
you
was
cannot
Cam
like-
just
crazy,
realized
and
what
I-
he said.
Yeah. I meant it as a joke, but when it came out of my mouth, I was like, damn, that was wow. Okay.
Starting early, guys. It's starting early.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I'm here.
man.
I just think I should just take the blame right now. I'm just gonna assume it's me.
It's not. All
It's
right.
not.
So, Brennan is a fraudster.
Oh,
Shocked.
Yeah, I know.
shady.
So he's big on like money schemes, and he's really good at finding investors. Whereas
Like Ponzi
Gene,
schemes?
Okay.
yeah,
Ish.
kind of. It's more like selling like junk stocks kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And Gene is the idea man.
Okay.
But both of these guys are very comfortable in the gray area of the law. Very comfortable.
Two
They
sides
just like
of the
to
same
tiptoe
coin.
over that line, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They don't even tiptoe. They're just like, I'm gonna dive over.
Oh yeah, yeah. Singing and
They're drowning.
skipping and
Yeah.
holding hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woohoo.
But as we know from our Ponzi scheme episode, which if you've not seen, go back and
Back
watch
and
that.
Go watch.
All good unlawful things must come to an end,
Indeed.
and the brokerage firm is no exception. So they end up getting shut down for selling these worthless stocks. So Gene decides, obviously, he should buy a ski area in Vernon Township, New Jersey.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what I
I
would've
mean, that
thought
would
of
be my
doing.
first thought.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
It was
Yeah.
either that or a
Seriously.
zoo.
It's
so
either that or a
it's
zoo,
fine.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he forms the Great American Recreation Company, and his BFF Brennan finds some investors. And this is a small town area, okay? It's about 50 miles outside of New York City, but it's starting to draw the rich and the famous because there was a Playboy club that was built in the area.
Okay.
That'll do it.
Every
You build a
time.
Playboy club, everyone's coming.
Everybody's coming.
Oh,
if you
wait
build
a
it, they will
minute.
They
come.
will come.
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, also that. I was
But
too distracted by the movie line.
he figures out pretty quick that a ski area doesn't make money all year round.
Mm.
Shocker.
Right.
Yep.
So he's
Right.
like, well, shit. So he decided he wanted to make more money during the summer for this space. And there had been a couple of other ski areas that had done something to bring in people during the summer. And one of those things was to build an alpine slide. Have you guys heard of these?
I have.
I feel like I've
No.
been on one.
Ooh,
I also feel like I should know if I've been on one.
I think you would.
I feel like you.
Isn't that like what's
Yeah.
in Purgatory and there it's like you ride like a little cart thing?
The ski area? Probably,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Then-
Purgatory, the.
That's where I was like, whoa. You know when you go to Purgatory and there's that alpine slide? Oh yeah, to the left.
Rose has
Right
not
next
been
to the
there
Crazy clown.
Right.
Yeah.
that we know of.
Okay.
Right.
Rose, have you died and gone to Purgatory?
No.
Is there something you haven't told us?
And come back. Wait,
And come
is this
back.
your purgatory? I don't
Am I
that would
even
be-
here?
Am I-
Right.
All right. So, Cam, what this is, as Rose said, is a huge slide that goes down the steep ski hills.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Do they have like fake snow on it or?
No.
Oh, so it's
It's
not
just-
fun.
No, it's fun.
It's fun. Think luge.
That word doesn't. I don't know what that
You've
means.
It's
never
not
seen the
translating.
luge at the Olympics. You've never seen the luge.
Okay.
Oh, is that like the big thing? It's like skiing, right?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay.
No.
Well,
Have you seen Cool Runnings?
Cool Runnings.
I
With
don't
the
think Cam
Jamaican
has seen Cool
bobsled
Runnings.
team?
That movie's so old.
no.
The
Shut
Jamaican
up, Rose.
bobsled
It's an
team?
amazing movie.
I
It is
agree.
an amazing
It is an
movie.
amazing movie.
Cam, stop this episode and go watch Cool Runnings. I'm gonna go on a tangent
Okay,
here about
give
Cool
me
Runnings.
an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know how long
Yeah.
the movie is.
BRB.
It is a great movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
well
is.
let me
Anyways.
describe this thing to you, okay?
Let's-
Please. I'll use my imagination.
All right, so Gene
Allegedly.
decides that this is what he's gonna do. So, in 1978, he puts in a 2,700-foot alpine slide. He also adds a couple of water slides and a go-kart track.
Oh.
And I'm going to get to what the alpine slide is in a
Nice.
little bit. But this part opens in May of 1978 as Vernon Valley Summer Park. But by July 4th, he has renamed it to Action Park and has decided to do a couple of opening day promotions. This
Okay.
is
Those don't
so
ever go
70s.
wrong.
This is so 70s. I can't even tell you.
Oh man.
You ready for this?
Of
The
course.
first promotion was a Dolly Parton lookalike contest.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Did she
these-
enter it herself?
I don't think this is the one she entered herself. No.
Okay.
The second one is a tobacco juice spitting contest, which is so gross.
Ew.
Ew. Mm, so much no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like distance? Like we
Wait,
don't have
Wait,
time
are
for
they
those
doing it into
questions.
the
Yeah.
spit bucket? Like,
I don't know.
Like that thing?
I don't know. I didn't go
Spittoons?
down that rabbit hole. It grossed me out. I stopped right there.
She's
Mm.
like, I've read enough. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
yeah.
Okay, so this is going pretty well. So it's 1979, and he adds a couple more water slides and a deep swimming pool, plus some tennis courts, a softball field. And dude is pretty successful.
I'm there.
Yeah, so he
I was
keeps
gonna say it
adding
sounds like
attractions.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. And Gene's idea was that he wanted this park to be the summer version of like the rush that you get from skiing.
Okay.
Oh.
And he wanted the patrons to be able to control their own experience. So how fast they go, stuff like that.
I see the
Oh no,
vision.
that won't go wrong.
Yeah. I feel like okay.
You got adrenaline
I-
junkies.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
get a little
Okay.
cray-cray.
They're gonna
I
go
see the
for it.
vision though. I
Yeah.
see
You on
Yeah,
board
yeah,
with
yeah.
this so
vision is.
far? Okay. So this is all fun and games until July of 1980 when the first death occurs at the park.
Oh my, the first.
The
All right.
first is crazy. You've set us up for a long line of
Right.
horrible news.
Oh, I have. Well, strap in because here we go. Okay, so
No.
I want to talk about some of these rides.
Mm,
So there are three sections of this park.
okay.
There's the Alpine Slide area. There is
Okay.
Water World with all of the water slides.
Okay.
And then you've got Motor World that has go-karts. and stuff
Whoa.
like that.
That's a cool name.
I still
Nice.
want to go to this place. Okay.
I know.
Okay, so spoiler alert, these rides are insane.
Well, because he's leaving it up to the user.
Right.
It gets better. Okay, so
Oh.
Cam, we're going to talk about this Alpine slide.
Okay.
So, like I said, the Alpine slide is 2,700 feet long, and you would
Okay.
ride the chairlift, like the ski chairlift,
Yes.
to the top.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the slide is made of fiberglass, concrete, and of course, asbestos, because why wouldn't you?
Oh no! In
Because
the
it's
70s. Why
because
not?
it's the 70s, and
Yeah.
asbestos is like the best building material known to man.
Yes. So you
This won't kill
ride
us.
this
Right?
cart thing down the slide, and you push a lever to go faster, and you pull it back to slow down.
So it's
Okay,
like
wait. This is
it's a
sounding
cart.
familiar.
Yeah.
I
I
have
might have
been
just
on
not
one of
known what
these.
it was called.
Okay.
This sounds familiar. Okay,
Okay.
I'm getting the vision.
All right. So I'm just going to say that there are a couple problems with this and everything else we're going to go over. But first is the chairlift goes right above the slide, and the carts hook to the ski lifts. So you like take your own
Right.
cart up. Well, if you happen to bump the cart, or you decide that you want to be an asshole and throw the cart, it will land on the slide below you.
Yeah, that's gonna
Oh no!
leave a mark.
So there's like a cart
Oh.
rack.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a
Yeah,
hook
they're
on the
like
side
hooked
of
to
the
the
ski
So,
rack.
yeah.
like the slide
Got
goes
it.
this way, and the thing is going like over the slide to bring you.
Yes.
Yep,
Oh
to
no!
the top.
Okay.
Yes.
And the carts, you said you like basically had to take your own cart up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
hook to the
it
side of
hooks
the
to
chair?
the side of the chairlift,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So people coming down the slide could either be hit by a falling cart, or they could run into a cart that has already fallen on the slide.
Jeez.
It's like Donkey Kong when Mario's dodging the barrels. You
Yeah,
have to like, oh no!
that's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
All right, so that's not the only issue. The other issue is that the sides of the slide, as you were kind of describing in the water park, only this is way more extreme, aren't really high enough.
Oh no!
So people would tumble off the slide at full speed constantly.
That's not tumbling, Meg. That's flying off.
It's rocket
They're
launching
being
yourself
propelled.
from the Alpine
Tumbling.
slide.
Oh no, I fell.
Yeah.
Oh darn.
They're being
Well,
propelled by inertia. Just
Exactly.
Yeah.
Launched. Maybe even.
So another issue is the carts themselves were not maintained well, and the brakes were often broken. So you see where this is
Great.
going, right?
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
just adds to the excitement.
who needs to stop?
Exactly.
Nobody
Not
needs to
me.
stop.
Adrenaline.
Full send.
This is
The full
action
send.
park. Yeah, this is Send It Park for real. All right.
Send It Park. That's so much of a better name.
It is.
We
Send
need
It
to
Park.
open Send It Park.
There you
Yes.
go.
Hold on, side quest. Let's
Right?
just
Yep,
open our own
yep.
amusement park. Hold on.
Okay, so then the slide is in an area that is surrounded by rocks.
No. Why would you
Obvious
do that?
landscaping.
They thought through this very well, didn't they?
They did.
Mm.
So you somehow end up off your cart and you're getting road rash. You can
Yeah.
easily break bones. You can
Mhm.
tumble or fly or to be shot off of the slide into a rock and break yourself. There was
Break
even
yourself.
Is there a better way to put it?
No, I just
No.
the harshness of break yourself is crazy.
Yeah.
There was
Ugh.
even one girl who lost a finger on this thing.
Jeez.
Which one?
I don't know.
Dang.
I'm betting
That's
the pinky.
important. Which finger are you trying to lose?
Is
Like if
it?
you had to pick one.
Oh,
I kind of feel like losing any of them
Definitely.
would be bad.
oh,
Like,
I
then
need my
painful.
pointer finger. I need my pointer finger.
Mm,
And I need my
yeah.
thumb.
True.
I was gonna
True,
say
true.
middle, but I feel like I might need that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all
absolutely.
need that one.
No,
Yeah,
that one
that one
person.
gets.
Yeah,
Yep.
these two I think I could do without.
Like
Yeah, one of these.
maybe a
yeah.
ring finger
Yeah.
or pinky. Definitely need the thumbs.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm going
I
with
do plan on
pinky.
getting married, so I'm gonna say right ring finger, so that way I can keep the left one.
There you
Okay.
go. I love how specific you get, Cam.
I'm sure whoever loves
do.
you will be okay with putting a ring on, your pointer finger or
On either
something.
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On any finger. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Meg. What's your policy?
About what?
Losing.
Oh, about yeah, if anybody in my family should I don't even know if I want to say this.
No,
I'm not going to
Uh-oh.
say
no.
this. I'm not going to
We
say
probably
this.
Okay. After.
Yeah.
Check out the
I
exclusive
don't want to get
footage if
canceled
you
already.
join
I'm
our
like,
Right.
Patreon. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Don't get canceled on the episode I came on. Then I'll be like, that was me. It was
right?
also me.
Yeah.
definitely wasn't.
Definitely Rose's fault. Okay, so this ride, because we're only on the first ride, it ended up having the highest rate of injury in the whole park.
I wonder
On an
why.
average
Right.
weekend, the park would see about 100 to 200 people hurt on this slide.
A
Oh,
weekend?
so the ambulance just parked in the parking lot, honestly.
Pretty much,
They
yeah.
were like, who's next?
They
Mhm.
just had like a mobile hospital unit there. Like,
Yeah.
it's
They
not a
must
first
have.
aid tent. It's legit a whole hospital right there.
Yeah.
It was actually a first aid shack,
Oh,
but
Oh,
yeah. All right, so you ready for that? That's just
Fitting.
one thing. I got a list of these.
oh,
Are you guys
this is
ready?
crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
telling
Let's-
you.
Lock
Strap
there
in.
you go.
Everyone lock it.
So
Okay.
when I said buckle up, Buttercup earlier, it
You were
was
not
Yeah.
appropriate.
I was not joking. Yes. So, okay. So there is the. I don't even know why they thought this was a good idea, but there is this man in a ball thing.
No.
Cool.
Is it like I'm
Rose is like, "Yep,
imagining
I'm on board."
what's that one where the kid is really sick and they put him in a bubble? I don't know the name of that movie, but
Bubble Boy?
A bubble boy.
is it
Boy
called
in the
Bubble
Bubble?
Boy? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. The boy in the bubble, Bubble Boy.
And
Yeah.
yes, it's kind of like that,
Okay.
kind of. So it's more like those balls that are in Jurassic World. Do you remember those?
Oh my
I'm in
goodness.
like a hamster ball?
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's this giant ball that had ball
I know.
bearings inside, and then another ball inside of that.
That's a lot of
Okay.
balls.
It's a lot of
That was a lot of balls. That's what she said.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
That
balls.
is absolutely
It's
what
a
she said.
lot of balls.
So many
All right.
balls.
So Monica,
Yes.
please don't drink during this part because this is going to be bad. Please preview Monica's face on this because it's going to be great.
Okay.
Okay. So the idea is that the ball is going to go down the mountain on a track.
Okay.
Now, what if you were constructing this thing, would you construct the track out of?
I honestly, I don't know, honestly.
Well, would you
Something strong.
would you think that PVC pipe would be a good idea for
Oh no. No.
this? No?
You just broke
What were
her.
the hamster balls made of?
Like
Plastic
Also
steel?
PVC
No,
pipe,
it
yeah.
was like steel or something.
Steel?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
it
I
was-
can't see. I'm out.
So-
I thought I was
Yeah,
in.
no, it
No,
it
no,
wasn't.
PVC.
Is it not hot?
It probably, I don't know. So I'm gonna say we're not sure because the day that they decided to test it on a human, it was really hot. And the PVC expanded, and this guy gets halfway down the track when the PVC track breaks, and he goes rolling down the ski slope over the freeway that ran by the park and into the swamp. So it was never opened.
So he
Oh
made
my
it through the
God.
freeway and into the swamp?
Yes.
They were
Did
just
not die.
small.
There's like a rock and swamps. Like it's like Candyland. Like what
Yes.
is going
It's
on?
just all over the place.
It's like shoots and ladders at
Pick
this
an
point.
environment. Yeah.
Yeah, pick an environment, pick a season. What's going on?
Pick a thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's so much to navigate.
Yeah,
He
so-
survived though, right?
He survived. That one
Okay.
survived. Yes. Yes.
That's crazy. Also, to Rose's point, if you cannot see and all of a sudden you are in the freeway, no.
Right? You're like,
not
what the hell
happening.
is going on?
It's
Well,
too
can
much
you
adventure.
imagine like the thing breaks? Could he even tell that it broke? And then he like
think
went severely off course.
I think so.
He's like, what did y'all do to this ride? I'm going up, down, cars,
Yeah.
passing. Where are we
All of a
at?
sudden, there's
Where's the
water in
honking
here.
come from?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
There's an
Yeah.
alligator in the ball with me.
The New Jersey alligator.
Yeah, there you go. Oh,
All right,
man.
so
The Jersey
now
alligators.
so that one was never opened, but it was
Shocking.
tested.
Womp
So
womp.
let's head
Yeah.
over to Motor World.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Okay.
and in this area, they had these things that are called battle action tanks, and they actually look pretty fun.
Okay, I'm back in.
Okay.
Okay, so they are like enclosed bumper cars that look like tanks that shoot
Ooh.
tennis balls.
100%
What?
in.
That's sick.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like
That's
fun.
sick.
Yeah.
Which is one of the more tame rides until
Okay.
because
I
there's
love
always a
that
but.
battle tanks is the more
Is the
tame
tame
ride.
one.
One
Yeah.
guest decided that I can't even say this. One guest decided flaming balls would be fun, so he set the tennis balls on fire and started shooting those. We got a lot of balls
Oh,
going on
because
here.
it's
So many balls.
Great Balls of Fire.
Yes.
This is because you get to choose your own adventure type thing. Like you could just do whatever you want. There's no
Pretty much.
regulation.
Do you remember those
That's
books?
wild.
Meg?
Yeah, I loved those books.
Choose your own story books. Yeah,
Mhm,
or
they
choose
were
your own,
great.
choose your own adventure. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of what this sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously they didn't
That's crazy.
pat these people down
No.
because it's the
Uh-uh.
70s, so why would you?
Right.
Actually this is like the 80s by this point. But okay, so
Even then.
Motor World also has Grand Prix go-karts.
Ooh, fun.
This is cool.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
go-karts.
Except for these things aren't
Mario Kart.
governed.
Oh God.
Oh.
They can go up to 60 miles an hour.
In a go-kart?
Oh my God.
This is awesome. Yes.
You're
God.
doing Mario. You're doing Mario Kart when you have the mushroom and
Yep.
you're like speeding. Yeah,
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there
Holy
aren't
crap.
barriers because what fun would that be?
Yeah.
No. I don't
Around
even
this
think the
track.
I don't even think the go-kart that my nephew and my dad built together, I don't even think that thing went that fast.
Yeah, well, but this is Action Park.
Well, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
My bad.
Full
I
send.
forgot.
Full send park.
Full
Yeah.
send
Mhm.
park.
Full send.
So there are no barriers, and people would just go off track all the time. They would be making their own tracks around the grass. They were chasing around people. It was also known that some employees would take these carts on the highway that ran next to the park.
Well, because they can go 60
Well,
miles an hour.
yeah. I mean, you
Oh,
might as
yeah.
well. You know what?
Yeah.
If I was in the
'Cause why
70s
not?
and you don't get injured, this sounds like a great place.
Right.
Yeah.
I do love
If
that
you
there's a
somehow, like
caveat.
other people might get injured, if I don't get injured, I had a great time.
same.
You're all
I was gonna
about
say,
it,
I
yeah.
love that there's
I'm all
that
about it,
caveat,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like, as long as I don't get hurt,
Right.
Yeah.
we're good.
Little road rash, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Rub
Yeah,
some
hurt
dirt on it, you'll be
badly.
fine.
I could get like a little hurt and probably still have a good time.
Oh yeah.
True.
That's
Right,
true.
right. Well, because like older people always want to be like we were like back in our day, we didn't care. Like it was whatever. Like, well,
Yeah.
you lived, but who else? You know,
Who
who else is
didn't?
dead?
Right.
Because yeah, who else is gone?
Just remember,
because,
we're the strong
know-
ones, Cam. We're the ones
Exactly.
that
Right,
survived.
right. We're just weak. Yeah,
Like I said, rub some dirt
Unfortunate.
on it, you'll be fine.
That's right.
yeah. I would never survive the rocks and the 60-mile-per-hour
Yeah,
carts.
You might not. You
Or
might
the
not
flaming
survive the
tennis
big
balls.
balls. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. No.
All right, so they also had super boats, which were like these little speed boats.
Okay.
People are using them as bumper boats, which obviously you're not supposed to do.
Naturally.
And of course, this
No.
would knock people out of the boats into this kind of gross pond, like an actual pond that
Ew.
was
Not
like
the swamp.
No one kept it
Oh,
up. Yeah,
well.
with alligators. The
Yeah.
Jersey alligators.
Across the highway.
Careful.
Well, so it's got a little bit of oil and gas in it, obviously, from these boats. And Rose, I think that you'll appreciate this.
Okay.
Apparently, a shit ton of snakes.
Oh,
Oh. But like what kind of snakes? Because I feel
Water
like her
moccasins,
kind of
I'm
snakes
assuming.
are just
Yeah.
smaller and like
No.
cuter.
Nope.
Like
No.
water moccasins,
No,
fucking
no.
no.
bastard
Those things.
snakes.
Yeah.
Those are the one kind of snakes that I'm terrified of. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Because I'm like, I'm in the water. Why are you here?
Right.
Big fat nope ropes.
Yeah,
100%
not
no
the
brooks.
cute little earthworm snake
Right.
you
It's
caught the other
in my
day.
house. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, oh no.
Yeah, it was actually in my house. I was like, oh, hello, welcome.
Welcome to
You
your
plan
new
on
home.
paying rent?
Yeah,
Yes.
what are you doing
Yeah.
here? You didn't fill out an
Yeah.
application.
New roomie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely need some references on that. So the other issue with Motor World is that there is this festival tent, and they would hold like festivals there all the time, like Oktoberfest, Polish Fest, basically any fest they could.
Okay.
Cool.
But when a festival is not going on, it is the beer tent. So this beer tent is right next to Motor World, so
Because
people would
what
get
goes-
trashed and then go on these carts.
What goes better that with amusement rides than beer? I mean,
Right.
it's a
They're
match
like,
made-
when they're
it's a
planning it,
match
they're
made
like,
in heaven.
we have this shit. What should we put next to the place where they drive all these things? Let's do beer.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do beer. You know what? They need a restroom, but let's put beer.
Yeah.
Right.
That'll be fine.
Absolutely.
They can pee in the pond.
Exactly.
When
Not
they
with
get
the
knocked out of the
snakes.
boat.
Yeah,
Does pee
no.
draw snakes? I don't know how this works.
I don't either.
I don't want to know. I don't even want to pull that. I don't need that in my search history.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
Does
Okay.
pee draw snakes is crazy. Serious, like what?
Right?
Can you
Yeah.
draw a snake with pee? Sure. You
If
can.
No.
if somebody wants to Google this and let us
Like
know in the
actually
comments,
draw?
please let us know.
Yeah.
Because we want to know, but we don't
Oh.
want to Google it. So
Exactly. Somebody who is braver with their Google
That's right.
search history, by all
Yeah.
means.
Or has
mine
tried
is
it.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
not
Or
even
has
that crazy.
or has tried it, or has lived
Yeah.
that life.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
you've lived
you
that
know.
life, if you
You know
posted it,
firsthand.
then
Yeah.
let us know.
even
We want a
better.
testimonial.
All right, so let's get to the real action of Action Park.
Yes.
We're not there yet.
Oh,
no, we're not there
man.
yet.
I have
Oh,
to
no, no.
readjust
This is
This is
all
myself.
like
just
a
for the
this is like a
build-up.
ride. We're going up, 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 up,
Yep.
up, and we're about to.
Yes, you are. So we are
Oh,
going to
wow.
go
These are
over
insane.
to Waterworld because Waterworld was
Whee!
crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I feel like your definition of crazy has gotten a little
Skewed.
jaded there.
Muddled.
Yeah.
A little loose.
All right, so we are going to start with the iconic and mythical Cannonball Loop.
Oh my
Mythical.
god.
I don't even care.
Oh
Sign me
my.
up.
Mythical
So-
is crazy.
She's
This-
like 100% yes.
Is it there? Is it not there? Never know.
So this is one of the first things that you saw when you walked in.
Mm.
And this was the one that people would talk about as like this mythical thing. Like, oh man,
Okay.
you gotta go to Waterworld, or you gotta go to Action Park.
Okay,
know,
so that was the
it's-
draw. Like that's what got people in.
Mhm.
Cannonball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
because it's like this thing that everybody talks about, like, shit, does that thing really exist? You know, like you talk about it in the
Mhm.
schoolyard or whatever.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Huh.
Well, it did exist. And this is an enclosed water slide tube that goes down and literally loops and then shoots you out into a pool.
Cool.
Seems kind
Oh,
of
no.
harmless, right?
Mhm.
So they
Okay.
spray you down
The
with a
loop-
garden hose as you first go down,
No.
because this is high class.
There's not active water.
Well, kind of.
Oh, that's a good
Oh, it's still a
point.
water slide. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant they sprayed them down with water. They're like, that's the water park.
No,
Go
no,
in the
no, no, no,
slide.
no, no, no.
I'm
No,
like,
there is
what?
active water. Yeah, no.
Okay, good.
And you're gonna go down feet first with your arms crossed. That's
Okay.
how you're supposed to go down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's normal. That's normal.
Right.
Mhm.
We're safe right now.
We're safe right now. Okay.
She's like,
you're
but
not
the water
safe
is
now.
the water is acid.
Not quite. But apparently this thing was terrifying because it was all black inside and it hurt like hell.
Oh,
It was
Well, I would
rumored-
imagine
Yeah.
the pressure required or the speed. Yeah, I can see
Well,
it not
it was
feeling very
rumored
good.
that you could get 9 Gs in this thing.
Are you
Rumored. Mhm.
What?
No wonder they talked about it like it was a myth. Like
Oh, it gets
all
better.
your
Good
intestines are
Lord.
all moved. Yeah, you
no
are.
wonder it hurts.
Isn't like
Hello?
2 Gs like significant?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't really like know my Gs, but the 9 seems excessive.
It does.
I
Yeah.
don't really know my G's.
Yeah.
That's what it's talking
That's
about.
exactly what I thought.
The
G's
OGs.
down. All right, so
Oh, geez.
as always, here's the problem with this thing. First of all, it wasn't built with any real physics in mind. So it would
Shocked.
knock you
Shocker.
around and you'd end up like beat up and bloody by the time you get to the end of it.
Bloody is crazy.
When you
Oh
get to
my
the
God.
loop, if you weren't the perfect size, you would either get stuck and not make the loops. So they had a trap door where they would regularly get people out.
Oh
Oh my gosh.
And if you did make the loop, but maybe didn't have enough speed, then you would slam down on the top of the loop
Okay.
and lose teeth.
And lose teeth, yes.
No.
no. So the pool at the end of
No.
this has blood and
Mhm.
teeth in it.
Well,
And
sort
some
of,
sweat and tears probably too.
because
Yeah.
apparently there were so many teeth in the padding of the loops that the teeth would cut people.
Oh, so they
Nobody
like got
got the
embedded.
teeth out?
No.
Yeah. So yeah,
No.
there were probably teeth parts
Ooh.
in the pool, but it was definitely
They-
bloody.
They're like, hey,
Mm.
can you call the dentist? We need to remove teeth from the
Yeah.
slide.
So
From the padding of the side. Rose, are you picturing it? Because that's
Yeah,
what
I'm
I
like
was doing.
not okay over here.
Right?
A teeth
Yeah.
slide? A teeth slide
A
sounds
teeth slide.
crazy.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
story was that when Gene went to test this thing, he used employees who were offered $100 to go on it, and they did.
I mean,
Well, in the 70s and 80s, $100 was a big deal. Like,
you offer
Hell
your
yeah.
employees $100.
Yeah, I mean, how
I'm
much
not gonna
does
lie, I
Ben-
probably would have went on it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, $100.
Just a water slide, right? Let's do
Right.
it.
It's just
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go to the next one, which is the Cannonball Falls, which looks like a normal tube water slide until you go around this curve in the dark where you catch air and you get shot out of the tube about 10 feet above the pool,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
which sounds fun until you find out
How-
that the water is 17 feet deep and freezing.
Yeah.
So people would freak out in the freezing water and have to be pulled out.
Well, and
I would-
I'm
I
sorry,
think
a
I
10-foot
would
drop
rather
into the water is like that's you
Oh
you
yeah, that's no
shot out
joke.
10 feet
Yeah.
up and then you drop down. Like that's
Mhm.
ouch.
I'm glad it's at least 17 feet deep because I really thought you were about to say like they got shot into a 5-foot pool and I'm like, well, they're dead.
No,
So-
no.
Like a little kiddie pool.
Yeah.
No.
If you don't make the landing just right, you're not gonna end up in a pool at all.
It's not going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. So then there was another water slide that was inspired by zero gravity planes, and Gene wanted people to take flight on this thing.
Oh man.
So,
The rest of
bro,
the
do
the
this
rest of the
one.
rides, they're not catching any air at all.
No.
None.
So
He's just
again,
trying to do everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's tested by employees.
Oh, of course.
But this one guy tested it and was going too fast, missed the landing, and ended up in the hospital. And so this ended the ride, and it wasn't rolled out to the public.
Oh my.
Okay. Have y'all ever seen the video game? It's like I think it's called like Coaster Tycoon or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Where you
I
like
remember that one.
build
yeah.
roller
Mhm.
coasters and stuff like it. That's what this sounds like. You have to like build them and then you like test them. And then if they don't pass the test, you have to like do other it's like
Right.
that's what this sounds like, but
Yeah.
these are actual people and not video game
yeah.
useless people. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the next one was the speed slide, which was 7
Oh.
stories tall. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And you would apparently
Goodness.
end up going around 60 miles per hour straight down.
Oh god.
When you first got on, you'd free fall. Well, this one was notorious for causing swimsuits to come off and putting them in
Oh.
places you didn't want. So you would go
Oh, no.
so fast on this thing that water would shoot into your nether regions.
Oh
Mm.
my.
So, okay.
That sounds uncomfortable.
Story time. I went to a water park. I went to a water park in Arkansas, and when I tell you these slides were literally like free fall drop all the way down until you got, and then you did like that. Well, They like do the whole thing where you gotta like lean back and do this. I
Mhm.
almost come off like because I'm literally like this to the ground. I almost come off. I have to slam my back into the thing. I get all the way down. My two friends come down, and they're like, "We have to go to the bathroom." I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "I think that the water just shot all up in everything,
Oh no!
Oh,
and like they got
ow.
enamored." I was like, "Oh
They
no!"
got they got
Oh,
Animud.
I was like, "Go!"
yikes.
I was like, "Just go."
Yeah. Oh, that's
That
I don't know.
sounds like
I don't know what
unpleasant.
happened beyond that. I did not ask. I was like, I thought I had a bad time. Almost fell off. I glad of what happened to me, and it did not. I did not get the other experience.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for
Can you
real.
imagine because you're eating chili dogs and stuff at these places? Like that would be
oh,
Oh
horrible.
God. Yeah. No, that would be awful.
Horrible.
Mm-mm.
All right, so petty
I
detail on
don't want
this
to imagine
one.
that, Meg.
Sorry.
Thanks for that.
She's like, I just had to level it up with the visual.
We are not
Right.
going to edit that part out, so just so you know.
Nope.
All right, so
Oh
petty
no.
detail on this one. Do you guys remember Headbangers Ball? It was an MTV show.
I do, yeah.
Okay,
No.
so they did an episode at the park, and there is a clip of the guys from Alice in Chains after they get off this ride where they are talking about the water shooting in places you don't want it shot into.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go watch
Yeah.
that.
That's yeah.
All right, so there was the Aqua Scoot water slide that was made out of warehouse rollers on this slide where you would ride a plastic sled straight down into a pool where you would skip like a rock.
Aqua Scoot.
Sounds
Sounds
safe, right?
adorable.
Yeah.
Sounds
It
adorable.
does. It does sound like it's marketed to kids.
Right.
Go
Well,
on the Aqua Scoot.
well, if getting your hands and toes caught in between the rollers isn't scary enough for you,
No.
it's also the home of a bee's nest.
Ah, of course.
Oh, I'm out. Mm-mm.
Yep.
Man,
I'm so scared of bees.
Yeah,
bees, they do a lot, but why are they on our water slides?
Right.
I don't know.
And
That
why did
doesn't
they
sound like
leave
the
it?
best place to build the hive. Like,
I
Right,
don't
right.
know.
I
And
mean,
I don't
I
know
don't
why
think
they
they
left it.
know, but
Yeah. All right, then we have the Tarzan swing, which is like a triangular
that one sounds-
handle that you hold onto and you swing out over the water and you drop. You
okay.
ended up dropping about 12 feet
Okay.
into not a pool,
Uh-oh.
but a spring-fed stream that had actual trout in it.
No.
No.
I feel like there's probably water moccasins in there too.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
oh yeah.
I mean,
I could do
dude's
trout.
using all the natural landscape he can
Oh,
to
yeah.
his
Literally.
advantage.
Literally.
I-
I'm surprised the
Also,
swamp across the freeway did not get turned into something.
I'm surprised. I mean, it did in that one ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It was the
Man and
catcher
ball.
for the ball.
yeah,
Yes.
it's a ball catcher.
Ball catcher, yeah. Yep.
This is not for children.
No.
Okay. So the water is also so cold that people would go into shock.
On the Tarzan swing?
What is happening?
Yeah.
I thought you said this was the summer part.
is,
Like, what's
but-
happening?
Well, it's a spring-fed creek.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So spring-fed is usually fed because of snow runoff, and that's really
Oh.
cold.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it naturally just stays cold.
So apparently there is an observation deck where you would wait in line for this ride. So
And get to watch all the mayhem.
yeah, and it was a
Yeah.
thing for people waiting to yell things at the people who had just jumped.
Like what? What would they yell?
Watch out for the
Um,
trout.
Yeah, nothing good.
out for
There
that
were a lot
snake.
of cuss words, calling people names that they shouldn't be calling each other. That was a
Oh,
bad
no.
jump in
It was a bad jump. Bad form.
teenageese. Yeah. So,
They hold up one of the signs. They're like 5.
right.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did 9. Okay, improvement.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. So,
Wow.
all right. So, what about the cliff dive, which is in the same area?
No.
No. Cam's just like, no. no
He's
more.
like, I'm out.
It's like I'm
I'm
done.
intrigued,
Done with this
but
place.
every time I've been intrigued, I've been proved wrong to
Uh,
to just dial it back in.
Yep.
well,
I've
this
been
one,
intrigued to my detriment.
Mhm.
this one, you would basically jump off a cliff 20 feet down into the water.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cliff dive. Okay. Yeah.
However,
But they're sharks.
there are no sharks. However,
Yeah.
they did let kids as young as 6 do this.
No, they didn't. 20 feet?
Yeah.
Because
What?
that's a great idea.
That's some brave kids.
And this one was notorious for dislocating shoulders because if you didn't cross your arms and you landed like this or whatever, the water would catch your arms, pull it
pressure.
up, and pull your
Oh,
arms
no.
out of their sockets. So,
Yeah. Because the
Oh,
force you're landing into the water with, yeah. Blah.
because it's 20 feet down, like it's a
Mhm.
hard landing. So,
Right.
this was also a problem ride because people wouldn't get out of the water right away. And the attendants wouldn't like wait for them. They would just let people jump. So people were
Oh
like
my God.
jumping on each other in the
On
water.
top of other people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I like
my
also
God.
how they marketed this as a ride. Like it's just
Yeah.
a cliff that you
Yeah.
just jump off of, and they're like, "Ready for this ride?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
It's a
what it is.
wild
$20.
one.
Yeah.
Like Cam said, they're just using whatever's around. They're like, "Oh, that
Mhm.
looks. We could probably do something with that over there.
Yeah.
Let's
That is exactly
Yep,
what they're
yep.
doing.
put a guy
Yeah.
up there and let people just, I don't know, fly off of it."
Yeah.
Yep.
Give them a mat.
I'm
It'll be
I'm
fine.
really surprised they didn't turn the freeway into like Frogger or something like that.
They tried.
like,
They
"Good
They're
luck."
tried, yeah.
ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that one employee, they're like, $200?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Try the freeway?
Well, that's what they were doing with the when they were test driving the go-karts
Yeah,
on the
that's
highway.
Oh, right, right.
Oh
That
yeah,
was their
yeah,
version of Frogger.
Uh, all right. So let's talk about Surf Hill,
Oh
which was
God.
basically a bunch of like
Great.
open slides put next to each other, and then you'd go down on a mat.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was super slippery,
Of course.
but of course, not exciting enough for Jean.
No.
So employees started stacking mats under the first hill to make it more of like a jump where you would catch air,
Okay.
Bruh. Okay.
which was great until somebody got seriously hurt and broke their neck.
Someone flew off. Oh man. Broke their
broke
neck.
their neck.
Broke their neck.
Like seriously hurt as in dead, as in like broke their neck into like paralyzation.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, broke their neck into like I don't know if he was paralyzed or not, but yeah,
That's
Yikes.
but not dead.
not dead.
That's crazy.
He did not die. No. So Roaring
Him
Springs,
specifically.
yeah, was where it was like a mountain river with rapids, but
But
people would get bunched up and slam into each other. And then there was like this tube that you would go through, but some of the padding got ripped off and exposed a bolt.
real fun.
Wait, is it supposed to be like a
Mm.
lazy river, but like funner or
Yeah,
like bumpier?
it's a little bit more roaring kind of thing. You know, it's not quite a
Okay.
lazy river
More
because
more roaring.
yeah,
Was
it's
it-
like a
Good one.
roaring river.
Roaring
So it's
river,
like that.
yeah.
It's like, but it's like more roaring.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
was it
It's
like
an
that time we
it's an
floated the
athletic-
river?
Yeah.
It's an athletic river.
Oh,
The
yeah.
time that I almost drowned floating the river, yes. Not
Yes,
the
that time.
lazy
Oh,
river
no.
part where I was drunk. That was different.
That was
Yes.
different. No, the part where you almost drowned over the rapids. Yes.
Yes,
Wait,
that
didn't
part.
you just flip right over?
I did.
She did.
On my dinosaur, it was a bad day.
Yep. It-
But I didn't lose
That's
my
the bit-
sunglasses, my hat, or my what were they? Mimosa cider.
oh,
mimosas?
cider mimosas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
talent right there.
Yeah.
Impressive. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So we've got this padding with the exposed bolt, but people are slamming into the bolt. And that included one guy where he tore open his midsection and had to be evacuated from the park.
Oh.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I just got the chills. Ugh.
You're so oh no.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about more of a lazy river sort of
Okay.
thing. It also had rapids though. So the Colorado River Ride was where they would have these rafts that about 3 to 4 people would be loaded into, and then they would be run down this man-made river. Sounds innocent enough,
Mhm.
but as we have seen with the rest of the rides, it had problems. So people would get stuck at certain points, which meant that other rafts would come careening into them. And these were designed to be class 4 rapids.
Wow.
And apparently, people crashing into each other and getting stuck would piss people off enough, and they would stand in the middle of the river and fight.
Oh,
Oh, dang it.
jeez.
Okay.
So you're crashing into each other and trying to dodge people who are throwing hands.
Yeah. It's like,
People
hey, I
are
just got hit
awesome.
by this. I just hit by this thing. Now we're gonna stand here possibly get hit by more.
Right. But
Oh,
fight each
God.
other.
Yeah.
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 So, a petty detail when testing this ride, it was so powerful that it made the testers unconscious, so they had to tone it down for the public.
Unconscious?
Yeah.
Wait, like when they ran into each other?
I think when you were just going down.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Just at baseline, everyone's just passing
Right.
out. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I mean, if they're passed out, then they can't fight when they run into each other, I guess.
True.
True.
There's one theory,
Maybe
but
they,
True.
maybe they should have kept it.
maybe. I don't know. It's a thought.
So then you have the kayak experience where you were in a
Ooh.
one-person kayak and there were these fans that were in the water that would create like rapids.
Okay.
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 Okay. And then lastly you had the
Oh,
wave
nothing,
pool.
nothing's horrible on that one.
Right.
She's
How
all
was
nothing
this?
else to see here. Just there was
I was waiting
kayaks.
for,
Moving on.
And a guy fell in the water and he got caught in the fan and like no, none of that happened.
No.
I was like, okay. I had a whole scenario in my head.
Oh, that's
Right.
okay.
Dang it.
We're gonna go back to some of these. So lastly, you have the wave pool, which was pretty deep, and it was so dangerous that the lifeguards had something called a death zone, where the water was about shoulder height.
Death zone?
Yeah, and
If you're
If you have to call it, if you have to name it the death zone, like maybe tone it down a little bit. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Right. Maybe get rid of
Right.
that zone somehow.
Right.
yeah, well, they didn't. So the waves were too powerful, and they were about 40 inches high. Then you have a ton of people packed together. And if that wasn't bad enough, the water was kind of murky from a muddy runoff from the hill above it.
Ew.
So this meant that the pool was stopped every so often so lifeguards could scan the bottom for bodies.
Yeah, we had to pause so that we can get a body count.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm
there
missing my Aunt Linda, and I don't know if she just went to the
Right.
bathroom or
Right.
if she's stuck in the murky water.
Yeah, exactly. So of the 12 lifeguards, they would
crazy.
save about 30 people a day.
A day?
A day.
They put them into
Whoa.
overtime.
Yeah.
I'm like, again, just a thought, maybe tone it down. Just a smidge.
Yeah.
So I know this is gonna shock you,
Mm.
Mhm.
I bet it will.
but
Yeah.
these rides aren't some engineering marvels.
Oh, really?
No, they fall under some engineering catastrophes.
Yeah,
They're like, this is what not to do.
exactly. So
not to
Learn
they
do
from
Right.
this.
are literally thought up by Gene and some other randos who decided he wants to design a ride, and they would go to Gene and he'd be like, cool. And none of them have any physics degrees or engineering degrees. So these are just rides that Gene thought would be fun. And if Gene thought it would be fun, he built it.
Wow.
And did he employ someone to build all this stuff, or did he him and his buddies built it?
I
Or
mean,
both?
technically he employed people to do it, but it would be like some welder down the street. It wasn't
Okay.
like some amusement park company
He
or
was he was driving to Home Depot
pretty
in the
much.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So the Cannonball Loop
It's
was
like, I need some
literally
PVC pipe.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Right.
what it was. Yeah. So the Cannonball Loop was literally drawn by Gene on a cocktail napkin, and then he hired local welders to build it.
Bro.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here, build this. What's
Yeah.
on the back of it? Oh, that's the bar I was at last
It's
night.
fine.
Don't
Yeah.
mind
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Is this ketchup? Yeah, I had fries.
So then we have the staff. And these guys are working, obviously, pretty hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
They're
most of the
clearing 30
employees-
bodies a day.
Yeah, but most of the employees are teenagers. So they would get
Oh,
their
no.
work
Makes sense.
permits at 14 years old,
Okay.
and they would go to work at Action
Work
Park. And so by the time that
team.
you're like 16 or 17, you could be a lead supervisor.
And the number of deaths that you see on a regular basis.
Literally. Your resume at 18 is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you can
Been there,
You're
imagine,
like, I
done
have first aid. I have, yeah.
Basically,
I'm
your resume just
traumatized
means
for the
"Been
rest of my
there, done
life."
that.
yeah,
I've done welding. I've done, yeah. you're just-
I've rolled down
checking
an
stuff
entire
off.
mountain in a hamster ball across
Yep.
a freeway.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you want.
Yep.
So as you can imagine, at any teenager who runs this place, it ends up being like Caddyshack. So there's hazing, there's hooking up, there's drugs, there's drinking.
Oh yeah.
And there was even a shed where employees would smoke
Oh.
weed and have sex.
The first aid shed?
Yeah.
No, it was a different shed. It was the shed where they would
It was
like
this-
keep their
It was
stuff.
the Love Shack. What are you talking
It
about?
was
Yeah.
the specific shed for smoking weed and
Yes.
having sex.
I will tell you though that
Ew.
they did have a first aid shed,
Mm-hmm.
and they had this spray apparently that was like half iodine and half alcohol. And so it was like
Okay.
orange, and so like you would see people running around like with
Orange
covered with
spots.
orange battle scars. And it was
Oh my
said
God.
that there was a circle drawn in the shed, in the middle of the shed, and they would have the people stand there and they would spray them with this stuff. And it hurt so bad that they would offer them, I don't know, something if they could stay in the circle after they had been sprayed with this shit.
Oh
And
my God, like incentivize them to
Bruh.
stay still?
and there were, I mean, like literally a handful of people that could do it. Like 4 kind of thing.
They turned
Oh.
the first aid thing into a game as well.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
they did.
They were
Yes,
like,
yes.
That's the advanced ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you can survive this, you're golden.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, so we're going to go back to the employee shed though, and there were parties there that were 80s legendary.
Cool.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay? These were
Is it hot tub time machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Cool.
This is like every 80s movie that you've ever seen where they've got some rager going on. That
I
was
was just-
Action Park
Yep.
employee shed.
I was just gonna ask if it inspired many of those movie scenes.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But this also meant that the workers would show up hungover, including these teenage lifeguards.
Right.
Naturally.
Of
course.
No.
And then Gene, of course, is the fun boss, right?
Well, duh.
Obviously.
So
He
he wants,
designed all these crazy
yeah,
rides.
he wants everybody to have fun. Like that really is his goal.
Right.
But obviously, he's a little crazy.
Safety is also not his, anywhere up on
They
his
have-
priority list.
No.
They have this sticker at my work, and it's on one of the toolboxes. It says safety third, and it's got like a skull and crossbones. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a running joke at work too. Safety third. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this was like safety 45th kind of thing.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely took it to an extreme over there, Gene.
It's on the
did.
long list. Yeah.
Are you ready for more extreme?
Oh,
He
let's see.
apparently came up with a scheme to combat people getting on the ski lifts without a ticket.
Okay.
So the scheme was that he had one employee acting like a guest to try and, jump the line onto the ski lift without a ticket. And then the lift employee would hit him with a cattle prod.
Oh my
oh
God.
my god.
How much extra
So
did
to like
that
scare
employee
people
get
to not
paid
do
to
that.
get hit by a cattle prod?
Yeah. And then the line jumper would fall down and act dead until he was taken away.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And
I
he
love that
actually,
that's what he's concerned about is
Yeah.
don't jump the line. No, you have to have a ticket.
but he actually did this. This wasn't just something he came up with. He actually did this. And parents were hearing stories about the kid who got killed at the ski lift.
Oh
By the
my
cattle prod.
God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. All right. So all of this sounds fun, right? I mean, are you still
Yeah.
on board to go? Kind of,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like kinda. Like I'm
Right.
I'm not gonna
Sure.
lie. Maybe not the
I'm
teeth
picking-
slide, but
Yeah, I'm picking my
But-
rides.
yeah.
Right.
I'm slightly a little more hesitant now, but
I'm low key still kind of into it, but
So let's talk about some of these injuries and deaths.
no gosh.
this
Okay.
might change my mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
So as we've said, lots of bumps and bruises, lots of road rash, dislocated shoulders, broken bones. But on top of all this, all the walkways are built with dark asphalt that absorbs heat.
Dude.
Dude,
Burns.
So they even had a name for people who hadn't brought like their water shoes or flip-flops. They said that these people had chopped meat feet and they would be
Ugh.
limping or like trying to run from place to place. It was
Yeah.
a definite thing.
Yeah.
that's horrible.
That's
Mhm.
awful.
He
All
missed an
right.
opportunity. You sell shoes at the front of your place.
I
You
was
think,
honestly kind of
right?
thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the first death at the park, which was George Larson Jr., who was 19 years old. And he crashed on the Alpine slide in July of 1980 when he flew off the slide and hit his head on the rocks.
Ugh.
Yeah. Then in 1982, there are 2 deaths in about a week.
Yikes.
Okay, so on July 24th, a 15-year-old drowned in the tidal wave pool. And Cam, we're going to go back to your
Oh
team.
no.
Yeah. On
Oh,
August
no.
1st, a 27-year-old was riding the kayak experience
Hmm.
ride when he is flipped out of the kayak. And no, he's not chopped up by a fan, but he ends up touching a submerged underwater electrical wire, which killed him.
Oh,
What?
oh God.
2 other people that were with him on the ride also got electrocuted but survived.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah. Then in 1984, a visitor had a heart attack on or after he jumped on the Tarzan swing. Probably didn't help that the water was so cold.
Right.
And then
Probably
we've got
not, no.
2 more drownings in the wave pool in 84 and 87.
Jeez. How long
That's
was this
crazy.
park open?
Well, we will get to that.
Okay.
So here's the thing. We still, to this day, have no idea how many actual injuries happened at the park because the state only required them to report serious injuries, but
What
didn't
did they
really.
qualify as a serious
Well, that's the
injury?
That's
though?
problem.
what I'm saying.
They didn't really define what those were, so Gene was able to determine what he thought was serious. So unless
Oh.
you left in an ambulance, it wasn't reported.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't want his park to go belly up that quick.
They're like, "Oh, your legs backwards." Well, I'm sorry, but
It's fine.
we're not gonna
Can you
report that.
walk though? Because
Right.
like we
Yeah,
really
yeah,
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
Can
send
your
you out in the
friend shake you?
ambulance.
Because
Yeah.
that'll be
Right.
It'll be cheaper for you anyways.
yes.
Literally.
Now, as Cam said about the ambulances lined up outside, we do know that there were a lot of injuries that happened because the town only had 2 volunteer ambulances and they
Oh, and
were
they were
kept busy.
volunteer.
Yeah. Because it's a small town, right?
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
decide that they can't keep doing this, so they made the park buy their own ambulances. So I'm not 100% sure that even if you left in an ambulance that it would be considered serious.
That you were
Well,
going that you were actually going to a hospital.
But
That's what I'm saying. Like, who ran the ambulance? Like the 16-year-old lifeguards?
Yes,
Like, what?
Right.
the
Who are
ones that are
drunk?
Kinda.
hungover.
yeah. So obviously, Gene Boy is gonna be sued for some stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Shocker,
How many
right?
times did he get sued?
A lot.
I can imagine.
So,
Yeah.
but the first time that we see Gene's schemes exposed is in 1980 when George Larson died on the Alpine slide. Because stories start coming out in the press that George was an employee and that he was on the slide after business hours and also that it had been raining, so the slide was slick.
Okay.
Not exactly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yes. So George wasn't an employee of Action Park. He had actually worked at the ski area in the winter before, and he was in the park during normal business hours as a paying customer, and it hadn't been
Oh,
raining.
okay.
But if Gene throws out the story that George was an employee, then he didn't have to report the death to the state because he wasn't the paying public.
He wasn't a guest, he was an employee. Shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then it comes out that Gene's insurance won't pay.
Oh,
Why, you ask?
because he didn't have any?
Yeah, because Gene's insurance is fake.
Oh, go
Bro.
figure.
Bro.
Color me shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gene and his buddy Brennan literally made up a company that wrote them a policy which wasn't real, just so Gene didn't have to pay insurance.
Oh my God,
Oh
they went through
my
the
gosh.
trouble of creating a whole company and writing a policy.
Well, yeah, but they also were using this company and others to launder money.
Oh,
I mean, you might as well
Yeah.
at that point.
right. While
You've
you're at
done some
it,
work, so
eh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not,
toss it
right?
on toss it on the pile. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Gene ends up settling with the family for 100,000, which was actually pretty much the only time that he ever really settled with anybody.
Oh my gosh.
that's nothing.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So,
Jeez.
as you can imagine, this wasn't the only time that Gene got sued.
Mm-mm.
And Gene may not have paid for insurance, but he did pay for good lawyers.
Mm,
So after 1980, Gene won't settle with anyone. He just draws
wow.
out the trial and bleeds people dry until they either give up or he ends up winning.
Oh my gosh.
That's
He's
crazy.
not a
This
good
guy is
dude.
awful.
Does he have one of those evil mustaches that you like?
He
That thing?
doesn't. He doesn't, but he should.
Dang. He should,
So,
yeah.
like I said, he had really good lawyers and he ended up winning actually most of the cases.
That's crazy.
That is
Uh-huh.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
so
who looks at the facts and is like, yeah, who cares? I
right.
don't
Yeah.
know.
That's why I'm
It's
like,
just
I want
weird.
to like, I'm so curious how that was spun, like how they spun it.
I don't know.
That's just insane.
And finally, lawyers in the area start to realize that it's not worth it to try and sue Gene because even if you happen to win, he's not going to pay you until literally law enforcement shows up at his door, which happened more than a few times.
Wow.
Like he
Holy
wasn't going
crap.
to pay the lawyers until that
No,
happened.
he wasn't going to pay you if you actually won
Oh.
the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You weren't
He's
getting
like,
money
come and
until
get
the
it. Checks in
cops
the
went and
mail.
till
Yeah.
the cops went and busted his door down.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, all of this BS and the press calling the place Class Action Park or Accident Park
Yeah.
finally catches the attention of the state.
Yeah, where
Took
have
long
they
enough.
been like the
Right.
entire time?
No, literally.
Took long enough.
Yeah, not caring. So they indicted him on 110 counts of tax fraud, criminal conspiracy fraud, theft, and embezzlement.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
110.
110.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. But he's like Teflon Gene, and he ends up pleading guilty to fraud, theft, and conspiracy. And instead of the state like throwing him in jail for the rest of his life, they just said, hey, you have to give up control of the park because part of it is on state land.
Hey, don't do this again.
Kind of.
Dude.
And not
No.
shut it down, just to be clear,
No.
but just
Right.
not like
You
you be
can't
in
run it.
charge anymore.
You
Mhm.
can't have it, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
seems legit.
Right.
Mhm.
But this is Gene we're talking about, right? He doesn't go
He's
down
got-
without a fight.
I was gonna say he's got something up his sleeve.
Obviously
Oh,
not.
he does. So he keeps up his bullshit by not paying the bills and basically being the biggest asshole tenant ever about everything.
Wow.
Wow.
And finally, the state of New Jersey just wants rid of him. And so instead of taking him to court, every time he violates something, they sell him the land for about $837,000.
Oh my God. They're like, you can't control it, but now we're gonna sell it to you.
Because
so
we
you
don't want to deal
Yeah,
with
we're
you
gonna give you
anymore.
more
Yeah.
power.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
they
you
didn't
can
want
have
to
it
do that.
back and do what you want with it because now it's your land.
Right.
They just didn't want to deal with it anymore. They're
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I don't blame them for
Right.
sure, but
Welcome to the 80s, Cam.
but they're not
right.
they're not thinking of the safety of the people in their state, obviously.
No.
No.
Definitely not.
But all of this bad press and the press calling it the most dangerous park, well, that really hits home with the kids. And now it becomes more of a thing that they want to go there. It's like a badge of
It's-
honor.
More of a draw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You make something off limits and they're like, nope, I'm going right there.
Yeah. And like I
Mhm.
said, this is legendary, right?
Yeah.
People are like, oh man, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I broke my arm in Action Park. Oh, on which ride, you know?
Yeah. You're so cool. Oh my God, you got to go.
I lost one of my fingers, bro.
Yeah.
like
For real. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the 80s. So parents are not
the
putting air tags on their kids, okay?
Nope.
They don't.
There are no cell phones. Not
Mm-mm.
in mass at this
No.
point, no.
So what do the kids do before they get to the park? Or probably while they were in the park, because I'm sure that they weren't searching these kids. They're
Drugs.
drinking.
Oh.
Drinking and drugs.
I
That's
thought
right.
for sure
yeah.
they were okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean
Both.
that too, but it was a lot of drinking.
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, probably some Mad Dog 2020. That was my drink of choice when I was
Ooh, good stuff.
grape. I wonder if it's still as good as I remember. It's probably not, but probably horrible.
Was it ever actually good?
I don't know.
Probably had to drink a few. Yeah.
In the McDonald's
good after
parking
the
lot?
third
Yeah, it was
one.
freaking amazing.
I was gonna say in the moment. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a park with no rules, no real insurance,
Yeah.
kids running it, and underage drinking.
Woohoo! Party
What could go
time.
wrong?
What can
Mhm.
what can go
Yeah.
wrong?
Literally nothing. I mean,
No.
it's all made up.
But Gene gets away with this for years
That's crazy.
because, first of all, it's one of the biggest employers in the county.
And it's a small town area,
Oh,
so
no.
yeah.
And Gene was a master at getting officials on his side with perks like free passes, spa days, and jobs for their kids.
Oh yeah. That'll win
Wow.
people over. It will.
Money
And
talks.
then
Yeah.
this is New Jersey in the 80s, and there were also rumors about Gene's mob ties.
Oh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Oh, you want to
Well-
evade. Yeah. You want to evade people messing with you? Make up a rumor that you're part of the mob.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Well, and he was, like you said,
whether
these
it's real or not.
they were fronts for laundering money, so like
Yeah,
Yep,
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
right.
Right.
But by the 90s, the culture had changed. So people are paying more attention. Parks getting more bad press. And it is finally getting fined by OSHA. It takes like 10
OSHA.
years for OSHA to be like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe we should check into this.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So they start losing money. So the summer of 1996 was the last summer it was opened. And in 1997, it went into bankruptcy.
96 like that.
That's a long
Wow.
run.
Open for like 18 years.
That is
Well,
still a long
technically.
ass time. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
given the accidents, the deaths, the
Mhm.
just insanity that ensued, like 18 years.
I've talked
Jeez.
to people and they still remember it.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
legendary. I
It
mean,
was
yeah.
legendary. Yeah. So the ski resort also gets sued in 1996, which pushes that to the brink of bankruptcy.
Oh no.
Mm.
And then
I
we've
didn't even
got
think about the ski resort.
Yeah.
Like, is it like on a different part, or
No.
do they have to like take down some of the summer stuff to?
I don't know if they took it down or if they would just like
Put
if it was
snow on
on a
top of it.
different area. Yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe they closed a couple of the runs to build the park and then left the
No.
rest of the runs open. I'm not sure. But then we've got his buddy Brennan, right?
Oh yeah.
Our
Brennan.
money man. We can't forget about
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
Well, he gets in trouble with the SEC and he goes down for money laundering and bankruptcy fraud and lands in prison.
Jeez. Stellar. A
Yeah.
real stellar fellow.
But the park didn't stay down for long.
What?
Yeah. In
boy.
1998, it was bought by new owners who took out all of the unsafe rides and put in newer, safer rides and renamed it.
That were actually
Okay.
like
It was an-
engineered by professionals.
Yeah, no, it was an
okay.
actual like amusement park company,
Okay.
like somebody who owns Six Flags kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean,
That
the
makes me-
the
That
bones
makes
are
me feel
there.
better.
The bones are there,
The
yeah.
bones are there.
Yeah.
You really just gotta make it nice
Mhm.
and safe.
Yeah,
And
so-
they really
yeah.
just got to
Safe.
take out the PVC and put in like
Right.
Yeah,
steel or something.
actual.
And maybe
yeah,
don't
yeah.
send them down in a giant hamster ball that's
Yeah.
made of metal, but I
Right.
mean,
To
Yeah.
the freeway.
And
Right.
the
And
water
into the swamp.
moccasins.
Yeah.
Relocate them. And the
Yeah.
bees.
Relocate them. Fight in
Take
their
it-
own pool.
Yeah,
Yes.
take them to
Yeah.
other waters.
maybe not have
Exactly.
people jump into freezing water in a
True.
creek. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
Warm it
just
up
an
a little.
idea.
Yeah.
There's options.
Oh yeah,
Take out the, fans underwater. That sounds safe,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
because electricity and water.
5 electrical wires. Yeah.
Yeah. That's safe. So Gene's son, though, bought the park back in 2014 and changed its name back to Action Park.
This is never ending. This is great.
Wow.
Not Gene Jr.
Yeah, Gene Jr. brought it
But
back.
is Gene Jr. as crazy as his dad was?
No.
Yeah.
Not quite.
that's
no.
good.
But it was sold again in 2018 to one of Action Park's ex-employees, and it was renamed again.
What is it called at that point?
It's, I don't know, Mountain Valley something. It's something
Oh,
really
okay.
generic.
Is it
But
open right
it's-
now?
Uh-huh.
I
As
wanna
far as
go
I know,
so
it's still
bad.
open.
Field
yeah.
trip.
Yes.
I want to go so bad.
I want to go so bad.
But they do not have the
Okay.
Cannonball Loop anymore, so
That's
Sorry.
okay. That's the one I
I
didn't want
wanna-
to ride. 'cause
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I'm
didn't
gonna-
want to go on the teeth ride anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I want to do the one with the tanks.
Yeah, that one
Yes.
sounds
yeah.
like fun.
Balls.
Yeah, you
Right.
look at pictures of that one, and I'm like, I want to do that.
I
So
still love that was the tamer of the.
it was,
Yeah.
yeah,
The flaming balls.
the
Yes.
flaming balls. Who knew the flaming balls would be tame?
Right.
So, petty detail, there is a movie that is loosely based on Action Park called Action
Final
Point.
Destination.
It's
Oh.
close. It's called Action Point with Johnny Knoxville.
Oh my God.
That tracks with Johnny Knoxville, but
I
I was
wanna
gonna go down the line of Final Destination too.
Yeah.
At
Final
one point,
Destination 6.
that
needs
just
to
came into
be-
my
yeah.
mind during this whole story. I was like, this sounds very Final
Mhm. I'm
Destination.
surprised they haven't done Final Destination 15 or whatever they're on with
Oh, yeah.
Action Park. Yeah.
What is it called? Action Park movie?
No, it's
Oh.
called Action Point.
Oh, okay. I see now. Action
Mhm.
Point. I'm watching
But
this.
this movie has some of the rides that look very close to the ones that were actually at Action Park, like the tanks, the Alpine slide, and even the Cannonball Loop.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
The teeth ride. Yay.
I'm watching this movie.
It's
Yay.
actually not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. And if you read some of the trivia, like Johnny Knoxville did pretty much all of his stunts on that. I think all of them. And
Oh wow.
seriously got hurt on some of them. Because
Well,
I don't know how that
mean,
guy's still alive.
I
I
don't
was
know
gonna
either.
say, he did Jackass, so I mean,
He's like
like,
150 and like
him-
gets thrown off stuff and get kicks in the balls constantly, and he's still walking around. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
I don't either.
I sleep wrong, and I'm like,
Right?
For like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. All right, but here's the thing, though. It was one of the first water parks.
Okay.
Okay, it was one of the
Wait,
first.
really?
Yeah,
I feel like they just didn't have water parks. Like,
True.
I
That
don't
seems pretty
know.
like later.
no,
Right,
water
Not on
parks
this
were
70?
level. I
not-
mean, not
Yeah.
to this. I would say not to this like level or extent.
yeah, no, water parks were not really like. It's not like these things were around in the 40s, kind of thing. No.
Yeah.
It was
That's
one of the
interesting.
first wave pools.
Oh,
okay, I
wow.
can believe that.
Mm-hmm. And Action Park gave exactly what it promised.
Action.
It was a place
park.
with action and no rules where you might end up with battle scars, but you might also end up with some street cred.
But
And
it's
you
gonna
were
be a hell
going
of
to
a
have
story.
fun. You
Yeah.
were going to have
Right.
And it's gonna
Yeah.
be a hell of a story along the way.
fun. Mm-hmm. So
Oh
there
my
is
gosh.
there are clips of a lot of this stuff, especially like the commercials and stuff on YouTube. There is
Wow.
a documentary. It's called Class Action Park. I think it's on HBO Max. It's pretty good. So it'll show you
Okay.
all of the rides and stuff like that and talk to people who actually went on them. But there you go.
Wow.
I want to watch all this. I'm just
I
like so
know.
fascinated by this.
So there you go.
This
That is
reminds
the
me of,
story of Action Park.
There's a park on the way to Lake Charles, in Louisiana, and this guy like built up like a water park, but I think he lost some of his money or something like that. And so there's just like an abandoned water park
Oh,
on the side of the interstate. It's literally like if you're on the interstate going towards Lake Charles, it's just on the side of the interstate. You can see it,
huh.
and
Oh
it's
my
just
gosh.
abandoned. It's
Like
crazy.
it's just half
It looks
built.
creepy. Yeah,
That
it's like
would
half
look
built, half.
creepy.
Some of the rides
Yeah.
are like dislocated. Like it
Huh.
Oh
it
man.
looks
Well, there's another
looks
one
crazy.
that was abandoned after Katrina too. That's down by Kenner or something, isn't it? It's down by New Orleans.
Kenner. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
And it
Maybe
was just
Abandoned Water
abandoned,
Parks
Meg?
is the sequel to this one.
yeah,
Like it
after
closed during
Katrina,
Katrina, obviously,
it
because of the
closed during
store, and
Katrina
then
and it never reopened.
oh wow,
Because it had like
crazy,
a lot of water,
too much water damage.
too much water damage, and yeah, it just got all screwed up. So,
Nuts.
Jeez.
but there you go. There's a story of Action Park. So
That was
That
quite a
was
ride.
a
Thank you, Meg.
story. Yes.
They're all right. Yeah. Yeah.
all right, everybody. Stay petty, my friends, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss an amazing episode like today.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.